ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your Monday night. Well, actually, it's Wednesday, but we're going to pretend that it's Monday. It's me, JT the Redneck. I got Sully the Geek right here along with me, and it is time for Avenger Pretenders. Tonight, episode 8 of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Holy crap, man. It's nuts. Let me tell you right off the bat. So do me a favor, get whatever it is you want to drink and something to munch on. Sit back in that beanbag chair and strap your... You know what? Just find a different stool because the beanbag chair has been totally destroyed by this series. Sully.
Maybe.
It's all yours.
Maybe just a little bit. I mean, I'm sure people have probably soiled themselves because of this. Like, holy crap.
Like, I won't deny when I watched it the third and fourth times, I wore a pair of Depends.
Which means JT didn't want to go to the bathroom because, it's.
Which means I knew I wouldn't have to go to the bathroom because I was going to shit myself 2 or 3 times during the show itself. Anyway.
Right? It was crazy to say the least. But the
man.
good thing is, oh boy, it's something. Let me tell you.
You know the chaos that I have been longing for?
Yes, since episode 1.
Last 2.5 episodes, basically. It finally showed up. Want to say hi to our good friend and third member of the Sully Show crew, Miss Lady Death, a.k.a. Nikaya. And she says, I damn near peed myself because I didn't want to pause it to go.
Right? And in all honesty, I mean, the good thing is with streaming services today, yes, you can do that. But my gosh, holy crap, was that... I can't wait to give the rating for the episode.
Right.
I really can't. Because it's going to be one of those things where...
I'm going to give it a 2.
Hell no. Hell no. That episode comes nowhere near a 2. Nowhere near it. Now, for those that haven't watched it by now, shame on you. You should be all caught up to date when it comes to... We
even gave you a couple extra days.
Yeah, at least. I mean...
Nikaya says she gives it 1 mask.
Bullshit, you do. That's where I'm going to call bullshit. Now, Season 2, Episode 8 of Daredevil. Oh, wow.
What's the name of it, first of all?
Yes. The name of the episode is The Southern Cross.
Yes.
Now, for those that don't know what the Southern Cross is, shame on you, and go back to school. However, there is a song about it by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. It's a good song, too, by the way. I think they
always play a second or two of it.
I think they actually played that, wasn't that part of the
yes,
the
they did.
It was part of the episode, which I thought was awesome because yay.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, there it is. It works. And let's face it, the music choices that they've done so far in the entire season, spot on.
Oh, top notch.
Spot on. Which is
top
good.
Freaking notch.
You know, I love that they've done that and we're able to just, keep things the way it's supposed to be,
Every single time, every single song that they played enhanced whatever was going on at the time.
Yes.
Every single one of them. And I can think back through just about every series we've done. And there's been songs where like, I don't understand why they picked that.
Here's Southern Cross. They did play it. It was part of the episode. And let's face it, masterpiece.
Yeah.
Masterpiece. Now, I can't play too much of it because I'll get in trouble. But
Yeah.
want to say hi to Mr. Mess, who just chimed in via Twitch.
Messy one.
Which, by the way, anybody who's watching on TikTok, hello, good to see you. If you want to join us in the Twitch chat, talk about this, by all means, be a part of the show. Because we are going into as much detail as possible. But we're also going to be talking about the insanity. That's probably the best way I can explain it. The insanity of episode 8.
Whew. I love how it starts. I love how episode 8 starts.
Yes.
Because it starts out in a daydream.
That was a cool thing, though.
You know, and I'm like, okay, this is, and then all of a sudden, you know, she's brought out of her daydream because it was Karen Page.
Yep.
Sitting at the defendant's table, who is having this daydream of her and Murdoch going to, I can't think of the name of the restaurant, but going to a restaurant down on East 6th Street.
Yeah.
Which is a real restaurant in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, enjoying themselves and having dinner.
Yep.
And then the gavel hits and she's like, oh,
I'm awake.
Damn. I want to go back to my dream.
I'm awake. Lady Death says, have you ever watched a show and one character is so well casted, you can never see anyone else doing it? That is Kingpin. No one else will ever be able to play that character. Yeah. Yeah.
100% agree, but
Robert
there's one
Downey
other
Jr.
character that was that way for me with this.
Yeah.
And that's the guy that played Matt Murdock.
Yeah. Matthew Cox.
I mean, he's not blind in real life.
No, he's not.
And not once during this entire 2 seasons could you tell that he could see.
Yeah.
I mean, especially at the end when he's begging Kingpin to take the deal.
Sure.
We'll get to that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that. That's for sure.
Just you could see his face. I thought he was really blind.
He did a great job.
I mean, those were the perfect castings for those two characters by those two actors.
And you know, the funny thing is, and this is just something that sparked when the first season of Daredevil came up on Netflix, because you know that was during a wonderful time where people were bitching and complaining about people being casted in certain roles and whitewashing and all that good stuff that we don't bring
bitching about nothing.
Yeah, that we don't bring politics into this. That an actor's job is to portray a character. That character can be in a wheelchair or deaf or blind.
Yep.
And that actor's job is to make it believable.
Exactly. I mean, you could be the most religious person in the world and you get casted as, you know, the gang head for some motorcycle gang who goes out and kills and rapes and murders and all that shit.
Case in point. Ready?
It's your responsibility to show that character the way it's supposed to be shown.
Case in point. Neil McDonough. Neil McDonough is a phenomenal actor. Phenomenal. The one thing that he does not do are love scenes in movies. Because, according to him and his religious beliefs, he does not kiss another woman. His wife is that woman that he kisses. And he's done roles with her to do those love scenes. He will not do it with anybody else. What does he get cast as? The bad guy. The bad guy.
And he plays it wonderfully.
He does. He does. He plays it beautifully. But he does also play good guys. He did play Dum Dum Dugan in Captain America. So, yeah. There are roles for him to play, and he does it great. And I'd love to sit and talk with him because it'd be great.
Yeah, I would like to think that, you know, casting people, when they do this, they think about those kind of things.
plays a very big role. Like
You know,
Mr. Mess
I mean-
says, Vincent and Charlie do an amazing job. They really do. Their screen chemistry is Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk. Woo! Whoa!
Yeah.
And
I mean, if they had an award for best character casting,
yeah,
Kingpin would take it.
Yeah.
You know, without question.
yeah. Now, this whole episode, most of the episode anyway, is done in the courtroom. It is. It's done in the courtroom.
The courthouse.
Well, yes, the courthouse. There are things going on backstage, you know, aside from the dream that Karen was in, because, you know, they're waiting for Matt to arrive.
Mhm.
But at the end of last episode, he had gotten shot in the leg. So he was a little late because Jessica Jones, the wonderful Kristen Ritter, holy crap, does she takes that role and that's hers.
Yeah.
She's another one. She's like Robert Downey Jr. I can't see anybody else playing Jessica Jones. Will it happen eventually? Yeah, it will eventually. But the fact that she's telling him to stop being a baby while pulling a bullet out of him.
Right.
Quit your bitching. Pop.
And then when she gave him the painkiller shot,
Yeah, the painkiller shot.
she wasn't very
Her bedside manner is horrible.
yeah. She has no bedside manner.
No, has no bedside manner whatsoever. But even with that, you know, she had an entire series herself. She had 3 seasons of Jessica Jones. This is Charlie Cox's 5th season playing Daredevil, 6 if you count the miniseries of Defenders. So there's things going on. Hint, hint, people. Hint, hint. Now, the screen chemistry between Vincent and Charlie are amazing, but the screen chemistry between Kristen Ritter and Charlie are just as good. This is where I was afraid that this would have happened when Disney Plus kind of took over, that they were kind of going to do a PG-13 type thing. I am so happy that they just let Marvel do what they needed to do, keep the dark stuff, because they know the dark stuff is going to work, including, but not limited to, an entire Few Good Men style courtroom scene between Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, I love A Few Good Men. It's a great movie. I love Jack Nicholson in that scene.
He does a good job.
I think Vincent D'Onofrio did it better. I really did. You know, Jack Nicholson got to the point where he blew his top, right? Kingpin didn't. He was very calm.
Different situations.
Oh, yeah, big time. But he was very calm and collective. He was sinister. He owned the room when he walked into that courtroom.
That character is known for not blowing his top.
Right. He's very...
So
He plans things out. He's got a very high intelligence in the MCU. Now, the other thing with that is I love how they brought him into the courtroom. Now, how many times did you watch it?
4.
You watched it 4 times. Lady Death watched it. I know Mr. Mess watched it because this is the first time he's actually able to be a part of Avenger Pretenders. Now, did you all pay attention to the way they had him walking into the courtroom? Did you
commented on it in the chat room. She says, when Kingpin walked into the courtroom and the camera was behind him, that camera shot was fabulous. It made him look taller and bigger. It made him look like a freaking giant.
Yes, but there's more to it than that. There's more to it than that. Did you pay attention to the sound?
Oh yeah,
Of that
the footsteps.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the footsteps, though. The bass of the footsteps. You could tell that when he walked in, one, he meant business. Two, it was like the room was shaking. Now, I have a sound bar above my TV. Okay? Mr. Mess Fee Fi Fo Fum. You're not wrong.
Get the hell out of my courtroom.
You know, it gave, and this is what I love about Marvel and what they do, because they really pay attention to the small, tiny details that are going to get the audience's attention. Lady Death noticed the camera angle. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you did. Because, yes, that made him look bigger. It made him look stronger. It made him rule that room over the judges.
Well, and then you notice when, he went in and he, took the oath and all that stuff. But nobody said anything.
No. Nobody said a thing.
Nobody said anything. Murdoch and Karen and the other lady were all sitting there talking, and they are just all sitting there. The judges are looking over at Fisk.
Yep.
And everything. And the first person to talk was Fisk.
Yeah. And Matt didn't even ask him a question.
Yeah, without question, no question, no prompting, no anything. And it's like one of those things where, you're sitting in a room and it's dead quiet and you're like, somebody needs to say something.
Yes.
Just to break the ice, just to get things moving. So we did want to say hi to our good friend from across the northern border, the one and only Miss Carol.
Hi. Came in at a great time. Because let's face it, this episode, that was when he sat down and started talking, that reminded me of like that awkward silence. Like, all right, well, if you're going to do this, then I'm going to do this type thing. Now, Big Tank says, I hate the I'm Iron Man moment. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Right now, Fisk just entered the courtroom. So
now we know the one thing that he said he didn't like.
And that's okay.
On the show last.
That's okay. But he's going to understand the reasoning behind it. Okay?
Right.
Because originally, when we discussed some things, it had to do with more toward the end of the episode. But again, we're going to get there. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this court scene was basically a fight of words. Not just a fight of words, but a fight of smarts and who is going to outsmart who. Because Fisk flat out said, ask me anything and I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Ask me anything and I'll tell you the truth. Now, Big Tank says you can't remake Tony's moment. No, but we'll get there. We're not even there yet. Give me a few. We'll get there, I promise. Now, the fact that Fisk spoke first, to me, was more of a symbolism type thing of, I'm in charge here.
Just like when the boss walks in, when there's a mobsters meeting going on.
Right.
Nobody talks until the boss talks.
Which, for him, he is the mob boss.
Yep.
He's the kingpin of crime.
He's the big fish.
Now, he is out for the Safer Streets Initiative, which is technically what is under scrutiny And we know it's under scrutiny. The whole last 7 seasons were pointing out all the crimes that the AVTF were doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This court scene, Fisk knew that he had to go after Karen. If he didn't go after Karen, Matt would never have shown his face. And they knew that in episode 7, when he revealed himself to the world of, no, I'm here. And he took the high road, as you would, if you think about it, of, I'm going to do whatever I can to prove that Karen is innocent, no matter what. And that Fisk was ruling with an iron fist, and everything that he was doing was illegal, including but not limited to the illegal arms shipments that were coming out of Red Hook. So, but what better way to do that than grandstand and do it on camera on live TV?
Right.
Which makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Even the judges, you could tell the judges were like, this is the mayor of New York. We need to make sure we kind of keep him in line, which they did. Well, I forget the female judge's name, but she kind of, knocked him down a few pegs of, no. We're in charge in this room, not you. You are here to testify. And that's when they started going back and forth with the verbal tirades, so to speak.
Tete-a-tete.
Yeah. To the point where they even said, you know what, we're adjourned for now. Let's meet me all in chambers.
They've been under the circus tent long enough.
Yeah, that's what it was, the circus tent. Thank you. I couldn't remember what they used. It's been a while. It's been a week. I've watched it twice.
The neat thing was, though, okay, this whole setup.
Yes.
Between Murdoch and Fisk.
Yes.
This whole tete-a-tete. This whole little back and forth that they have going on. This little ratatouille of words.
Ooh,
okay.
Good term.
You like that?
I did.
It just popped in my head.
It was wonderful.
It was, oh man, it's hard to describe. I mean, it's like the two best swashbucklers from back in the day of pirates.
Ha
going at it one-on-one.
Long John Silver.
And it was just, I loved how a couple of times Kingpin's like, I'd enjoy going down this road with you.
Let's do it.
Are you sure you want to go there,
yes,
Mr. Murdoch? Those kind of things like, hey, you know that I know something that nobody else knows.
Yeah.
And the great part of it is Fisk thinks he's getting the better of Murdoch this entire time.
Oh, without a doubt.
And then the testimony comes up about the second mate and his video testimony. We get that in there and the back and forth and everything else.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say, and you know me, I watch NCIS, I watch CSI, I watch a lot of the police shows and stuff like that. And even the real life shows that shows court cases and all this kind of thing. One of the best exchanges that I have ever seen in a courtroom.
Oh, next to my cousin Vinny, absolutely.
Yeah. And it's just the way that they went each other. And Kai had said it earlier, the chemistry.
Yes.
The on-screen chemistry that those two had comes to a head in this episode. And it happens more than once.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite parts is we just talked about they went into chambers. She wanted to see both lawyers in chambers.
Yeah.
And they're in there talking about the videotape, the video testimony.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, Murdoch does his, ooh, I hear something. You know, everything goes quiet and you hear noise in the background and you can tell that he's concentrating.
Yeah.
And Fisk says, you know that I can take you down by simply saying one thing, and it would be completely supported by the judicial system.
Oh, yeah.
And Murdoch's like, yeah, well, I could say the same about you.
Which he said that.
And then the judge is like, excuse me?
Like, huh? What? Yeah, no, it happened.
And
Absolutely.
that's the thing is there wasn't very many funny parts in this episode, but the ones that they dropped were perfect.
Yes.
The ones that they dropped were perfect. And Nakia nailed it. It's the tit for tat. It's the cat and mouse games that these two played between each other.
Yes.
Until about 10 minutes from now.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. If you think about it, it was kind of like Wilson Fisk was doing the I'm a spoiled brat type of thing on the stand. You know? Like he was getting bored.
He thinks he's got leverage over Murdoch, but the one thing he doesn't realize is that Murdoch has already decided
Yes.
what he is going to have to do. One, to save Karen, and two, to take down Fisk.
Yes.
He's already decided what he's going to do, and Kingpin doesn't know, obviously, what he has in his mind, but you would think, as smart as Kingpin is, that he would have gotten the idea sooner than he did of what Murdoch was planning to do.
Yes.
Because if he would have figured it out, he would have made the jump before Murdoch was able to.
Oh, without a doubt.
So, you know, Murdoch pulled one over on the Kingpin big time in this courtroom.
Which was amazing, especially when he started talking about the Northern Star. They allowed the video to be shown in the courtroom.
Yep.
And even Fisk was like, okay. But, you know, there's one person.
Doesn't mean anything. You don't have anyone to corroborate it.
There was one other person in that courtroom that we haven't mentioned yet.
On the ship.
Well, true, on the ship too, but I mean in the courtroom. You know that nice guy, Buck Cashman. Such a nice guy. He was sitting with Heather Glenn, just chilling out, you know? And even Heather went over her whole her report on Karen, saying that she's, you know, off the rails, she's crazy, she's insane, and blah, blah, blah. And of course, Matt went after her very, very simply.
Called her a psychopath.
Yeah, basically called her.
Well, she called Karen a psychopath.
Yep. And he's like, are you sure? Are you sure? But that Buck Cashman, he was right there by her side, just making sure that she was good to go, you know? And you know what even got worse? The fact that that nice guy got karma. But we're getting there. Because
Karma is a bitch and she always comes around.
Because when it comes push to shove, Matt Murdock pushed and pushed and pushed and actually got under Fisk's skin to the point where he lashed out and everything came out. And even Buck was sitting in the audience going, "Oh shit."
Well, and this is the Few Good Men moment that you were talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
At the very beginning, this is where the Few Good Men moment, happened, where, Tom Cruise is going after Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
And just going at him, and finally Nicholson just breaks. He's like, you can't handle the damn truth.
That's
and,
right.
Just goes off and everything. And Murdoch was pounding in on him about the Northern Star and about the illegal weapons and about all the illegal things that he'd been doing. And their attorney was saying, don't answer it, don't answer it, don't answer it. And Fisk, out of nowhere, just goes, I'll answer it. It's like, whoa.
Like, whoa, okay.
Even Murdoch was shocked.
Going, all right, answer.
It's like, what'd you say? The lawyer just kind of sits back in his chair. He's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. What the hell is his name? I forget. Because I used to do something with it. It was the state prosecutor, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll find it. Daredevil. Morning cast. There we go. Let's see. It was where is he?
Benjamin Hochberg.
Hochberg. It's Hochberg.
It's the Hoch man.
Who's a douche anyway. Big Tank District Attorney. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah. Hochberg. It'll never get old.
Excuse me, I have a Hochberg I need to spit out.
Between Buck Cashman being a nice guy and that Hochberg, we got a lot of running jokes on this one. I'm killing JT.
What are those coughs that get caught in your throat and won't come out?
Oh, man. But I tell you,
those.
that Buck Cashman, he's a nice guy. So nice, in fact, that what we're going to say next kind of works. Mostly because it has to. While this was all going on, Bullseye, can't have an episode of Daredevil without Bullseye in it, is apparently being imitated. We see ATF members suiting up, and there's one that looks just like Bullseye. He's got the hat on, he's got the Bullseye target right on. That's not Bullseye at all. And
You mean the AVTF, right?
AVTF, yeah.
Yeah, you said ATF.
Listen, I just forget the V, okay? Who gives a shit? I mean, after all, that Buck Cashman, he's a nice guy. But that Hochberg, he's a dick.
I can't argue with you.
I did. I get it. It happens. Trust me. That's a clip that, I don't hide it. Trust me, he corrects me all the time, and it's great.
Oh, yeah.
He
gets me. I ain't going to let him get away with it either.
But like I said, and it annoys JT like crazy, that Buck Cashman, he's a nice guy, but that Hochberg, he's a dick. But anyway, so the AVTF, they're positioned around the courthouse. They're up in windows. They got snipers everywhere. And you can tell there's going to be some type of thing going on, to the point where even on the inside, while Matt and Fisk are having their one-on-one verbally on the stand, it gets to the point where even Matt goes, you know what? There is one more person that was on the Northern Star that is a witness to this and saw everything going on. And there's another person in this room who can vouch for it. And that is when he does his, as Big Tank put it, I am Iron Man moment. And nobody believed him. Nobody in that courtroom believed him, except for Jessica Jones and Karen, because...
Well, even Powell.
Yeah, even Powell. He's like, nah, the blind lawyer? No, you're not there. And that's when he proved it in front of everybody, which got Powell to go, holy shit, I got my ass kicked by a blind lawyer.
By a blind lawyer who can fight.
Yep. Who would have known a blind lawyer could fight? And he even said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't mess with him. Big Tank, during the scene, I heard Thin Lizzy's jailbreak. Yeah. Yes. You're absolutely. This is where I'm saying, if you were really paying attention to the episode, the music that they chose, spot on. Spot on. And I will back that up until I am blue in the face. Now, the other thing with that is clearly the courtroom is all up in arms, and the judges are like, oh shit. How do we handle this one? Because now you have somebody who just outed himself as a vigilante. You have the kingpin of crime, who's the mayor of New York, outing himself as the kingpin of crime and the mayor of New York on the stand in the courtroom. Now we got a problem. And by the way, Karen, you're free to go.
Well, and that's just it. The reason that for those who haven't seen it, like Carol, we have to make sure she understands. Mm-hmm. The reason that Murdoch revealed himself as Daredevil,
he had to,
is because he had to. They had to have somebody to corroborate the testimony from the second mate.
Yes.
And the only one who could do that, who was still alive, would be Daredevil. Well, yes. Daredevil just so happened to be in the courtroom.
Yes.
So he was able to verify the testimony.
Yes.
And I love the little mini rampage that he went on, because he's like, Fisk did this, Fisk did that, Fisk set up this court.
Yeah.
So therefore, this court has no ability to adjudicate
right
what's a crime and what's not.
Right.
And the entire audience, obviously outside of the AVTF members that were in there, all started clapping. Yeah.
Yeah.
He asked for a dismissal, or actually the judge, the head judge agrees with him.
Yes.
Says that the charges are dropped. He asks for a dismissal. And here's the key thing. He asked for the dismissal of the case for Karen. She says, case dismissed with prejudice.
Yes.
Which means they cannot come after her for that again.
Nope. Absolutely.
That's a key line.
With prejudice. Now, obviously, things are still going down because everybody's allowed to leave. I don't know how. I don't know how everyone's allowed to leave, but...
Well, the only thing that was asked, the only one technically that was asked to not leave the courthouse was Murdoch.
Yes. And there's a reason for that.
Yes.
Well,
obviously he had just outed himself as a vigilante.
There's a lot of reasons for that.
We want to talk to you about a couple of things.
There's a lot of reasons as to why he was being detained, and he never left the courthouse.
Nope, never did.
However, there is a little bit of an issue of the snipers outside.
Who won?
Who were told to take out a target.
Murdoch's getting ready to leave the courthouse, prepare to take the shots.
Yeah.
Big Tank says you just said that in the presence of a man with superhero hearing.
Yeah. Big Tank says,
and again, he saves Kingpin.
Yeah, he did. Well, no,
for the second time.
Well, yes, that's true. He did save the Kingpin because he flat out said something's not right.
Yeah, don't move and
don't go out there.
Something's not right. Don't move. And Buck moved in front of Kingpin. If he hadn't have yelled that out, Kingpin would have caught the bullet.
You know, that Buck Cashman, he's a nice guy. Prove me wrong. You know, he murders and kills and get rid of bodies, but that Buck Cashman, he does. But
otherwise, he's a nice guy. You know?
He's a nice guy. That Hochberg is a dick.
He melts people with lye, and he burns people at the stake, and he chops people's heads off. But otherwise, he's a nice guy.
He does his job. But that Buck Cashman, he's a nice guy, isn't he?
Big Tank says, assault on officers. Nah, let him go.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up, Big Tank. So, obviously, case is dismissed. Now that shots were fired on the courthouse, that's not happening. They can't go anywhere because now they have the building locked down. Locked down. The AVTF are outside, keeping everybody out. No one's allowed in. No one's allowed out.
Good thing.
Yes.
They lock it down. They move Kingpin back into the courtroom.
Into the offices.
Murdoch and them go over to one of the offices. And Powell comes out of the courtroom doors. And, obviously he couldn't see where the shot came from because he was inside.
Yeah.
But yet he knew exactly where to focus the fire.
Yes. Because he knew that someone, not going to mention any names, foiled the AVTF's plan of taking out a certain Matt Murdock or Karen Page or Jessica Jones or even, but not limited to, Matt's partner.
Maybe even Bibi Urich.
Yeah, Bibi Urich. Yeah, she's another one.
She could have been.
We'll get into that too. But man, that Buck Cashman, he's a nice guy.
Oh, God.
Now, Bullseye, on the other hand, took out the AVTF agents and took over and took a shot, hit Buck Cashman. Nice guy. And Bullseye even, what I loved about this scene, it was quick. It was quick.
Mm-hmm.
But the best part is
the one word that was spoken?
Poser. I loved it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's exactly what Bullseye would say. Poser.
Big Tank just said in the chat room, legit, Bullseye grew on me.
He's a great character.
Well, and here's the thing. He's a great character. He was an extremely bad guy.
Yes.
Who is now on the search for the one good deed.
He already did it.
That would give him redemption.
But he already did it.
Would you shut the hell up and let me finish?
No.
He did the one good deed by saving the governor.
Yes.
But he still comes back and he does the right thing by helping Daredevil.
Yes.
At the sniper test.
Because at the same time, he believes he's one of the good guys. He's not.
That he's changed. Yeah, he's changed in a way that would put him on the good side of the group, which, no. He's still not.
Now, I will say this, though. Even though Mr. Mess is correct where he's absolutely a psychopath, yes. Hands down, 100%. In the comic books, he did eventually join the Thunderbolts. Okay? So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So yes, he was starting to make that turn. He's now more of an anti-hero than anything. Okay? A Big Tank, Mom, make Dad and Uncle stop fighting. Never going to happen. Never going to happen.
And the funny thing is, he's yelling it to Nakia, who has no control over us whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, she can't even pull the plug. Which reminds me, next week I have pictures that I'm going to show everybody on the show. Just putting it out there. No, she's been sending me lots of pictures, and I'm going to show everybody. But that's a different story for another day. Now, when it comes down to the aftermath of this shooting, everybody is locked in the courtroom. Everybody. They're in the court building. They're you can't get in, you can't get out. AVTF is making sure that doesn't happen. Now, problem number one is the way everything went down. And I know Big Tank doesn't like the I am Iron Man moment that Matt Murdock did. You had to have it. In order to take the Kingpin down, you had to have a martyr. You had to have somebody who was willing to sacrifice everything that he needed to in order to take down the villain. That's number one.
They could have found a different way to do it, though.
Probably not. It probably wouldn't have worked because the Kingpin.
I understand where Tank's coming from.
Yes, but the Kingpin's been a few steps ahead of Matt Murdock the entire season.
Until today.
Until this moment where he outed himself as the vigilante Daredevil. Now, here's the biggest issue pertaining to what is happening now in the court building. The AVTF is outside, keeping people from coming in. Kingpin and his people are inside. So is Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and White Tiger. Three superheroes. You got a problem. Three of big problems. One of which decided to open up a bottle of Jack Daniels and down it in one of the offices. Because as they were regrouping, Kingpin decided to go live on the air and run his mouth. That he is a fighter for New York. He will always fight for New York. He will put New York first.
Will you?
Will you?
And like they said and like Karen said, he's trying to start a war.
Yes.
Governor says, I'm going to call the National Guard. And they're like, no, don't do that.
Don't do
That'll
that.
give him exactly what he wants.
Don't call the Guard. I agree that they should not have called the National Guard because that would have made things so much worse.
Well, they wouldn't have been able to end it the way that they did.
Well, also true. Also true. But
yeah, it would have made a
worse.
bad situation even worse.
Yes. Now, I want to say hi to Ali, who just chimed in via TikTok. Hello, sir. Good to see you.
Ali.
We're talking about Daredevil. So if you haven't watched it, spoiler, it's been a week. Now, as soon as Kingpin was done his speech, the Underground Report took over the airwaves, where the false Kingpin made his announcement. But not only his announcement and everything rallying the troops.
Well, he reversed the allegations, really.
Yes.
Because he says, yes, the city is under attack, but it's not under attack by vigilantes. It's under attack by the task force.
Yes. And
showed obviously several videos of the task force doing bad things.
Yep. Well, not just that, not just the task force, but also the videos of some of the people that
they've killed.
People that they've killed, people that have did their testimony, the whole 9 yards.
And two of the very important pictures that were shown were Ben Urich.
Yep, Ben Urich being murdered by the Kingpin.
And
multiple people.
Blake.
Daniel Blake, who was killed by that nice guy, Buck Cashman.
All because he didn't turn over the person who reveals themselves to be BB Urich.
Yes, which I'm glad they did that.
I did too. I was too.
I mean, we knew it was BB from the start. We knew.
Yeah, well, we did. Yeah. I love how they did it, though, because she didn't say a damn thing.
No.
She just looked at the camera. Well, I mean, she set it up with, the mask laying on the desk next to
Yep.
the handwritten nameplate and everything. And then it switched over to just a video of her standing there looking at the camera. That was beautiful.
Rise up.
Yep.
Rise up. Now, I know you
Mr.
and I
Ness
have
says he
talked
loves the
about this.
throwbacks to the original series.
Right? It was beautiful. I love that they took everything from Netflix and they went, now mind you, before they brought Daredevil Born Again back out onto Disney Plus, the first 3 seasons of Daredevil originally wasn't going to be counted as part of the MCU. Which is weird because in both that, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, they reference the attack from New York. They reference everything in between, including but not limited to the snap and the blip.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there. You can't erase that. So I'm glad that they tied everything together. I'm glad that they just didn't go, nope, never happened, wipe it away and be done with it. It's a whole different reboot. They kept it a part of the MCU, and I'm glad they did that because Marvel Television at the time was not under Marvel Studios. It kind of was, but it wasn't until they finally absorbed Marvel Television and made it a part of Marvel Studios. We're just going to take it and move it on over. Which is why you're able to still get all these actors that are willing to reprise their roles that they played. Now, what would you say? This was like the whole last 15, 20 minutes of the episode, right? This whole thing that happens?
Yeah.
The citizens of New York rise up. And they storm the courthouse. Obviously, the AVTF are pushing them back because
I love when the good guy cops show up.
Because of Powell. The good guy cops show up. Yes, you are absolutely right. We see Cherry and his crew being the ringleaders that they are. But then everyone else shows up. And they all do exactly what they did with the protests from the previous couple of episodes. And they're wearing a Daredevil helmet / hat / mask.
You're wearing all red.
Yes. Powell tells his crew, they take another step, you shoot him. Now, Cherry, who's a retired police officer, flat out says, you're going to shoot cops? Are you dumb? Are you? Are you stupid? You're going to make things worse for you. And he's very like, listen, if I'm going down, you're all going down with me. Which I don't agree with at all. However,
Cole, that's his name.
which one?
Cole is the other.
The one that's burned. Yeah.
The second hand, the basically kind of the second hand man to Powell.
The second guy. He's the guy in charge.
Powell tells Cole to shoot Cherry.
Yeah, no, not happening.
And then the girl who's playing White Tiger, I can't think of her name.
Oh,
her character name.
Angela Del Toro.
Angela comes up. She's like, tell him the truth about the people that, about my dad, about this person and that person, and mentions her dad. And Cole's like, I thought you said that he shoved the guy off of the. He's like, well, I also told you to shoot him.
Yeah.
Did you lose your backbone and when you got burned too?
Yeah.
And then he's like, shoot him. And Cole's like, I can't. And he goes, fine, then I will. And Powell raises his gun up to go to shoot Cherry, and Cole goes, Bam!
Bam! Knocks him out.
Butt stroke to the chin.
Knocks
And then
him
looks
out.
at some of the other officers and goes, get him out of here.
And Cole also says, let
He thinks about it for a minute.
them in.
Yep, he thinks about it for a minute. He's like, yeah,
Let them in.
let him in.
Let them in.
I was like, as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, here we go.
I like to call this the siege of the courthouse.
Yes.
Because not only is everything that's happening, Murdoch hears everything. He hears the speech from the Kingpin. He hears the BB report. And Jessica Jones throws a bag at him and says, suit up.
Actually, she says, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Suit up, dude.
I love how they did it, though, when he unzipped the bag and he opened it wide.
And you just saw the entire suit.
Yeah, you saw the Daredevil on the black, and then they, on my end, because we don't pay to get rid of the commercials, it cut the commercial.
Oh, did it?
So it was perfect the way they did it.
Nice. Mr. Mess, you can see Cole think, wait, are we the bad guys? Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, because he's just following orders.
Yep.
He was just following orders, and I get it. But Powell is a bad guy. Not only is he knocked out, but he's now taken into custody, but now everybody's storming the courthouse. And,
I love the meetup.
yeah, the
You have
meetup was...
Karen come in from one side, you have Daredevil and Jessica and White Tiger all come in through the center, and then you had somebody else come in from the other side.
Well,
And they all just met right up in the middle.
yes, but that was after all hell breaking loose.
No, that was after they let him into the courthouse.
No,
Oh,
because
you're talking. Okay, I got you.
we didn't even escape yet. They didn't even escape yet, because the first thing that even Murdoch said, they're going for him. This is gonna be bad. Bad. And he meant they're going for the Kingpin.
And my first thought when he said that is, I don't care how many people attack him. There's no way they can take him down.
Well, yes, you're absolutely right.
You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely. But they're going to try.
yeah.
To the point where the courtroom was barricaded because, well, let's face it, that nice guy, Buck Cashman, is bleeding on the floor. And that Hochberg is such a dick that he wouldn't even take his suit jacket off so Heather Glenn could at least stop the bleeding a little bit of that nice guy, Buck Cashman.
Well, just try to warm him up a little bit. He was cold.
He was cold because he was
And then he makes a
bleeding.
pass at her.
Yeah, he made a pass at her. That
He ended
Hochberg,
that real freaking quick.
that Hochberg is a douche.
And now he's a douche who can't talk anymore because his freaking windpipe was
Oh,
crushed.
she just right to the throat. It was great. Mr. Mess even says, love when she throat punched him. Right? It was just like, bam. But hey, I will say, that Hochberg is a dick, but that Buck Cashman, he's a nice guy. It's the
I would
longest.
say I'll be glad when this is over because then you'll stop doing that, but I know you're not going to.
I don't think I'm gonna.
I think you made a
I'm gonna.
soundbite out of it too.
I do. I just didn't save it yet. That Buck Cashman, he's a nice guy. And I do it the
Who is now
same
sitting
way.
on the floor bleeding out from the belly.
That is what, 7 episodes of me doing that.
Yeah.
And that Hochberg, he's just a dick.
Yeah, it's been 8 episodes with that one.
Give or take. So, obviously, the DA was it the DA? Yeah, it was the DA, right? Or oh no, it was who was it? Who was the one that kept calling? It wasn't the governor.
The AG.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Attorney General. That's who it was. Thank you. Kept calling, and Fisk kept hanging up. To the point where even his aide finally answered the phone and said, "You need to take this call. You need to take this call. You need to listen to him. You need to make a decision." And that decision was either he could A, go to prison, or B, denounce his citizenship as a New York citizen.
Well, that was the second offer. The first offer was just step down and leave New York.
Step down and leave New York. You're done. Get out of here.
And he said, "I don't think so. I'm never leaving New York."
Didn't even talk to the guy. Just hung up.
Yep.
Then he saw everything happening on the news. And he went, all right, either you go to jail or you not only leave New York, but you denounce your citizenship and you go away and never return.
You go into exile.
Exile.
Now, and here's the thing. I didn't catch that.
Oh, I did.
I didn't catch the exact wording the first time that I watched it, but I caught it the second time. I'm like, holy crap. They want him to renounce his citizenship.
Yep.
And go into exile.
And leave.
To never be seen again. That's big.
That's very big, especially since they're allowing him to leave the country.
You know, and they promise not to prosecute.
And he won't be prosecuted at all.
And it's like, damn. And he turns that down too. He's like, yeah, screw you.
That pissed him off.
This is my city. I'm going to do what the hell I want to.
To the point where
it's like he told Murdoch in the courtroom, he says, you don't need to know what I do in this city.
Yeah.
All you need to know is that the city is thriving and I'm running it.
Yes.
Anything else is above your pay grade.
Now, Big Tank says Puerto Rico isn't leaving the country. I don't
think he went to Puerto Rico. I think he ended up on a deserted island. But anyway.
You don't know he's in Puerto Rico. There's no evidence stating that he's in Puerto Rico. Even if you read some of the articles pertaining to season 3 taking place a year from now, which it is going to take place a year from now, there's absolutely no mention that he's in Puerto Rico. Now, with that being said, let's finish, then talk about that, because we're not there yet. Now, that pisses Fisk off to the point where he blows a gasket. To the point where not only does he blow a gasket, you can see him loosen his tie, his coat, his button, and you can see steam coming out of his ears because he goes right to the doors and flat out says, "Open the doors or I will." And oh, did he. Not only did he open the doors, but he flat out took one of the people that had raided the court and he punched him so hard that he went flying.
He died instantly.
To the point where he also took another person's head and crushed it with his hands like a watermelon.
Luckily, you didn't hear that.
Oh, you heard it. Go back and...
I didn't.
Oh, yeah, go back. You hear it. You hear the crack,
I've watched
everything.
it 4 times. I never heard it.
It's there. The sound effects, oh my God, the sound effects are there.
I mean, I could see his hands collapse.
Oh, yeah. He punched somebody in the face and caved the face in. Like, whoo. He stomped on somebody's chest, I think, and killed him that way.
Oh, he
killed.
You know that TV show, 1,000 Ways to Die?
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did.
He folded one guy into 3 when he slammed him into a pillar on a corner where you had wall, pillar, pillar, wall. He folded him around that pillar.
Yes. Now, between that point in time of him killing people in his way, obviously his white suit is all getting red in certain areas, including the hands. But
Called blood-stained.
But this is what is currently going on. Now,
I call these the dual battles of the wings.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Because one side was fighting the AVTF, the other side was fighting protesters. Now,
Nikaya. Then on the other end of the courthouse,
yeah, White Tiger gets into the play. Matt and Jessica Jones are clearing the way so they can get Karen out of there. But you know what? That Karen Page, she knows how to fight. Good.
We got to remember, she's well trained,
very well trained, and has been practicing. Now, a quick Google search says, and I quote, Wilson Fisk kills at least 10 protesters. However, the total numbers are technically unknown, but it is said at max between 20 and 30 plus people. Between him losing, him coming out of the courtroom, down the hallways to the main lobby of the courthouse, he killed anywhere between 20 and 30 plus people.
I can tell you right now.
Oh,
it is at minimum, just
minimum.
of what I saw on camera, at minimum 20 people.
Lady Death says she lost count after 20. After 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
But there's at least 20 dead by the time he,
crazy.
before he got overpowered standing on the cupola there.
Yes. Now, obviously, they're all in the main lobby. And that's where they meet. They all meet in the main lobby. You got Cherry and the protesters. You got the other police officers all in there. You got Daredevil. You got Jessica Jones. You got Karen Page. They're all in the main lobby. And the Kingpin comes throwing people. Throwing people.
That's how two of them died.
Oh, yeah. Well, two of them at least went over the balcony.
Yeah, two went off the balcony.
Because Matt tried to save, I think he tried to save both of them, actually.
No, Matt went to one stairwell, Jessica went, and White Lion went to the other stairwell. Those two came off the balcony before they moved.
Right, but I'm talking about when he first came out of that hallway to get into the lobby, before the protesters even went up the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm talking when he just came out. I'm pretty sure he sent two people down and over. At least two.
No. When they came down the stairs, they hit where he ended up standing.
Yeah.
And then rolled down the stairs.
Rolled down the stairs? Okay. I thought one of them may have gone over. I know one or two did go over when they started storming up the stairs. Now,
yeah, two of them got thrown up right at the beginning of that.
Now, while
I'll tell you, one of the things before we go any further, I never thought, I didn't, when this first started, when he came out of the courtroom and everything, I'm like, there is no way, I don't care how many people it is, there is no way that they can overpower the Kingpin. There's no way.
Oh, yeah, no way. He's too strong.
I mean, he's too big. He's too powerful.
Yep.
I mean, all he'd have to do is stick his fists out and spin in circles.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, the thing is, he's not superhuman.
No.
He's not. He is not superhuman. You have to remember that. Not superhuman. Technically, he could go toe-to-toe with Captain America. He could. Captain America would kick his ass, but he could go toe-to-toe with Captain America. Now, while they're in that main lobby, Matt even says, take the deal. Take the deal. And Kingpin goes on a tirade again about fighting for New York, to the point where the protesters start running up the stairs. And not only do they start running up the stairs, but they start attacking Wilson Fisk. Now, this is where things get a little hairy when it comes to the superhumans and the superheroes, or the vigilantes. Because now you have all these humans trying to go after the Kingpin to take him down and kill him. And now they have to go, oh shit, we need to save all these people because he's going to murder more.
Yeah.
Which is where JT had mentioned that Jessica went up one stairwell, Matt went up the other, and they're trying to save everybody and keep everybody back. And they are piling onto him to the point where he even lifts up, stands up straight with both his arms up in the air, and knocks everybody down. What would you say? That was a good, 10, 15 people that were on top of him trying to kick him, punch him, and get him under control, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he pushed them off like you would brush off a fly off your shoulder. But then, as Jessica and Matt get everybody away, it's one-on-one against Matt and the Kingpin. To the point where they're fighting. They're punching each other. They're fighting. They're dodging. They're doing whatever they need to do. Fisk is getting tired. He gets him down to his knees, and he just flat out says, take the deal. Take the deal. You're going to get off scot-free. Take the deal and run.
I like what he said. You can either rot in prison, locked away from her.
Yep.
Or you can be free.
Or you can be free. Lady Death, he's almost in tears begging him to take the deal. And there's a reason for that. Because even though he's a vigilante, he doesn't kill anybody. He's a superhero. Superheroes have codes. And I'm not talking about the boys. They don't have codes. Marvel, they have codes. Think of it as it's almost like the book of pirating. It's an unwritten rules that are more like guidelines, really. Stick to the code. That type of thing. He doesn't want another body on his conscience. This scene alone was so powerful. So powerful. To the point where here you have the Kingpin of Crime and Daredevil, and Matt Murdock is now just Matt Murdock dressed as Daredevil. That's it. And the fact that they just went forehead to forehead, just take the deal. Take the deal.
And then he offered him grace.
Yeah.
And Kingpin's like, no. That is not something that you can offer me.
Right. And even then, when he finally says, I'll take the deal, the two stand up, and without missing a beat, Kingpin goes, I hope you won't be offended that I don't shake your hand.
Yeah.
And I went,
I like one other thing that he said during this little conversation between the two of them. Is this what you call redemption?
Yeah. No. No. It's not. He had an answer. I forget what he says.
I don't remember either.
But he took the deal. Kingpin takes the deal. Now, obviously, Big Tank is very upset about this because, they say he's in Puerto Rico or San Juan, old San Juan. But we'll find out more. Because, yes, technically speaking, they could take him back and try him and do whatever, but he took the deal. Doesn't matter where he goes as long as he's not in New York. He just has to denounce his citizenship. So that happened.
I did a Google search.
Yes.
About where he ended up. It does state in the Google search that he ended up on a he is isolated on a tropical island.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
He could be in Mexico.
But also, go ahead.
He could be in Mexico for all we know.
But I mean, if Tank wants to believe that he's in Puerto Rico, that's fine. You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
The reply to, is this what you call redemption?
Yep.
Matt replies with the ultimatum to accept his fate or lose everything.
Yeah. And that's hard to do. It's hard to do because Kingpin feels that he's going to lose everything no matter what. But he didn't. Big Tank says that was the place he and Vanessa wanted to go. That's where they wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll find out more because he's already signed on for season 3. So you know that's going to be a part of it.
It's interesting. They break this down a little bit more too. Matt further clarifies that Fisk will spend the rest of his life in a cage, which this is what I mentioned earlier, knowing that he will never have Vanessa, that his city rejected him, and that Matt beat him.
Yes.
Matt tells him that if he breaks the deal to stay away from Karen and Foggy, he will find out that Matt is the devil, and he will come back to finish it.
Makes sense to me.
Yep.
Wonder what season 3 is going to hold. But there's just one other thing that we have to mention. What it's like having a normal life.
Right.
After all, Kingpin's gone. He's out of New York. There's a new mayor in town. AVTF is gone. A lot of them are in prison. But there's a couple of things happening. Number one is the fact that Karen and Matt are trying to live a normal life. They go out to dinner, having dinner, talking, wondering what it's like.
At the same restaurant that Karen
had a dream,
was daydreaming about at the beginning of the episode.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's when the police show up. And Matt hears them. And waves, what is it? Waves the speech, but keeps his rights. I'm a former lawyer. But while he's being arrested, Jessica's with Danielle. Not at their house, by the way, but instead in New York.
At her office.
At her office. That's right.
At Alias Investigations.
Alias Investigations. And lo and behold, who walks in but Luke Cage? We knew it was coming. Daddy's home. Danielle's father, Luke Cage. And even Jessica's like, are you done now? Are you done working for that Mr. Charles? And he goes, yeah, they found somebody else. And that somebody else is, well, they were on the plane. Mr. Charles got a wonderful news that it was like his 1,000th flight.
No. Million miles.
Million miles. That's right. Million miles. That's right. Where,
The Million Mile Club.
And he's like, oh, really? This is fantastic. And sitting right next to him is Mr. Poindexter himself. Bullseye.
So much for redemption, huh?
Well, I mean, technically he did. He did his good deed. Now he's being used by the CIA to do what he needs to do. So he's...
Well, yeah, but his redemption was and then his life was supposed to have been ended.
Yep.
So the redemption goes out the window if he's still alive.
Yep. Now, Luke Cage is now back in the mix, so we know the Defenders are going to be reuniting next season. That's been a huge talk. So now all we need is Danny Rand, and we're good to go. Hopefully he won't be talking about his chi all the time. That's a different story for another day. But Matt is also being processed into prison.
Oh, he's been processed.
For the crimes that Daredevil committed.
No, for the crimes that he committed.
Well, yes, but he was Daredevil at the time. of committing
As Daredevil.
Now, with that being said, some of those crimes. Oh boy. You're lucky. You're surprised he didn't get caught sooner. Because, damn. Let's see. If you do a Google search for the amount of crimes that he has, aside from assault on a police officer, it is listed as numerous crimes committed. Escalating violence and chaos in New York, being a vigilante.
Here, I can even break it down better. Various illegal actions while fighting the Kitchen Irish, the Dogs of Hell biker gang, and the Hand.
Yep.
Just in season 2, vigilantism and assault, breaking and entering, aiding and abetting and negligence, interference with law enforcement, rescuing hostages and confrontation, and causing indirect death.
Yes.
Or indirectly causing death. Sorry.
So that's a lot of crimes. Now, as he's being processed in prison, they're walking him to his room. And he walks by Powell and almost all of the AVTF members.
Yeah, Cole was the first one in it. It took me 3 episodes to realize that
they were all there.
Cole. And then it took the 4th watching to realize it was Cole. And then the 3rd guy in line was Powell.
Yep. And man, that was like hi guys.
Like, oh shit, that's good.
Now, I will say that it was smart of them to put Matt in isolation.
Oh yeah, I mean that would be like putting a child rapist into Gen Pop.
Yeah, especially since he's not a cop, he's a superhero vigilante who absolutely had no problem going to prison for his crimes.
Nope,
no problem whatsoever.
I'm going to say right now that the governor needs to pardon him in season 3.
That could potentially happen. Or he could have enough evidence that would help in his case of being released. Especially as a lawyer, he knows his stuff. But when it comes down to it, only time will tell, especially with the defenders right around the corner. Now, that is the end of episode 8.
Well,
before we even do our rating system, I can tell you there's absolutely no post-credit scene.
No.
None.
Did you mention what the psychiatrist did?
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Thank you.
Yeah, they're at the end. They're kind of panning from like Matt being walked down the hallway to his cell.
I forgot about that.
They pan to the psychiatrist sitting at her desk, and she opens her drawer.
Heather Glenn.
And she pulls out
the Mask of Muse.
Muse's mask, thank you.
Yep.
And then they pan to
she puts it
Wilson being out on the desert island.
Yep.
Or the isolated island, whatever you want to call it. And then they go back to the psychiatrist holding Muse's mask. And I know there's a crap load of symbolism in this, but the question is, which way is the symbolism going? Because she takes the mask and puts it on.
Yeah.
And is staring at herself in the mirror. And then it flashes to a picture of her, which I'm assuming was probably taken shortly after she became a psychiatrist.
No, that was her
She's all
reflection.
pretty and with a smile on her face, or maybe just before Muse attacked her, and she looks all happy. She's got a smile on her face and everything else.
No, that
And
was her
it's like,
reflection.
okay,
That was the mirror. She was looking at herself in a mirror.
Was she looking at it with the mask on?
Yeah. She put the mask on and it's a point of view from her point of view through the mask, and she's looking at herself in the mirror.
Seeing it without the mask.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that.
She done
a
crazy.
whole lot of freaking symbolism going on there. So what's, is she going to be the new Muse? Is she going to go somewhere else? But, what's going to happen there? So that's an interesting little point.
She's crazy.
The other interesting little point, the one thing I loved about her was how she punched Hochberg in his throat.
Hochberg.
And she did that, and I'm like, hey, she's finally standing up for herself. And Buck helped her to do that.
Nice guy.
By letting her choke him.
That Buck
so
Cashman.
she kind of worked through all of that.
That Buck Cashman, he's a nice guy.
Shut up. Then, we've got Fisk on the island. That's another thing. What's going to go on with Karen Page? What's going to happen with her? And obviously, to end the episode, they show Murdoch sitting in his cell as the door slowly closes. You've got the little viewing window, and then they shut that. And that's the end of it.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Absolute crazy. Now.
So, Nikaya, write up your episode rating, please.
So, for others that are just joining us for the first time, here's how we do it, because this was the last episode. Yes. Number one.
And you have the lead.
Number one, it is what you rate the episode out of 5 Daredevil masks. Okay?
Correct. Yeah.
Once we do
you have the first breakdown.
Once we do that, we will do our overall rating of the season the same exact way.
Yes.
Now, before I even give my rating, I have to tell you that I absolutely loved this episode.
Okay.
It was the perfect amount of chaos. It was the perfect climax. And let's face it, it was the perfect show of unleashed anger that Fisk had in him, to the point that he broke. Now, in season 1, we did see him crush a man's skull. Mm-hmm. Season 2, they went, fuck you, we're going to up the game, and they did.
Oh, yeah.
This week's episode, without a doubt, the music, the angles, the fight, the I Am Iron Man story that they pulled out that they had to, being a martyr, sacrificing himself, and taking the Kingpin down was full circle. I am giving it a 5. It took 8 episodes to get me to a 5, but this was
16.
the episode
16.
No, I think I had a 5 last season too.
Nope.
No, you sure?
Nope.
I'll have to go back and listen now. Because I have.
I'm almost positive this is the first 5 that you've given in the Daredevil series.
Maybe. I'll have to go back and look.
You were close on a couple in season 1.
But this episode, it felt like a Daredevil comic through and through, where it was perfect. Sure, there's little flaws, little plot holes.
Well, yeah,
but you're always going to get that.
What.
But yes, I am giving this week's episode,
no matter how perfect it is.
Yeah, but I'm giving this week's episode a 5. It was that damn good.
Wow. Nikaya, I loved this episode. The bloodbath we were waiting for finally happened.
Yep.
Loved it from the moment Kingpin walked into the courtroom all the way to him standing on the beach.
Yeah.
Very action-packed, blood everywhere. I'm hoping this is episode rating, not show rating, but episode rating of 4.75.
I would that's a good rating. That's
Very
a good
good rating for the episode. Now,
while you're doing your thing, Mr. Mess, Big Tank, you guys can chime in too. What do you rate this episode?
Now, it's my turn.
No, it's your turn. Buckle up, Buttercup.
I really, really, it pains me to do this.
I doubt it.
Holy fucking shit. Wow. Like I said at the beginning of the show, the chaos.
Yeah.
That I've been waiting on for at least the last 2 episodes. Well, since Vanessa died in episode 6.
Yeah.
Finally happened.
Yeah. It was a good payoff.
I mean, I expected the ABTF to go on a rampage and that kind of thing, you know, at Fisk's order. But he held himself back, and it's funny because towards the beginning of the episode when he has the court order, and he says, you know, I'm just now realizing how much responsibility comes with being elected by millions of New Yorkers.
Yep.
Which was, for him, was a very, very deep statement to say.
Sure was.
But that pretty much all went out the window with Buck getting shot, with Daredevil beating him, with Daredevil, or with Matt Murdock saving Karen Page, and it being dismissed with prejudice, and everything that happened. And then he's cooped up in a freaking courtroom because somebody tried to kill him.
Yep.
And he loses it. He's walking towards the door. Open the door. Open those doors. Just screaming at the top of his lungs. Open it. And I love what he did. The door's open. The protesters right there at the doorway. And he goes, surprise, whack. I laughed at that. That was funny. But then I went, oh, when he hit the wall.
Oh, he crunched.
Loved the episode. Loved the entire series. From beginning to end. And you know me, I was kind of iffy about it.
You were.
I was kind of iffy about season 1, too. They blew season 1 out of the water. Normally, season 2, you know, is worse than season 1, which was what I was afraid of. Season 2 blew season 1 out of the water.
Oh, without a doubt.
Just nuclear mushroom cloud back behind them. Rating-wise, I really don't want to do it.
But
I really don't want to do it. But I'm going to have to copy you and give it a 5.
Wow! That's 2 in a row that we're on the same page.
But this is the first time we've ever agreed on a 5.
Right? Right?
I mean, it was just that good. Seeing the rage, the pure, unadulterated rage in Kingpin, and also seeing how far Matt Murdock was willing to go.
Yeah.
To take down Kingpin, to where literally he's giving up his life. He's giving up Karen Page, the love of his life.
Yep.
And everything else. I mean, there was just so much in here.
Law firm, too.
The law firm, everything. There's just so much in here that I don't know how I could give it anything other than a 5.
Right.
Mr. Mess says this conclusion to the season was amazing. The action, or the acting, the action, all of it is why this show is amazing. 5 masks.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
And Kai says the final rage scene was just superb.
Also true. Now we're just waiting on Big Tank.
Yep, if Big Tank wants to throw anything in there.
Now,
while he's doing that, Nakaya, why don't you write up your assessment for the series?
Yes, the series alone.
For the season 2.
The series alone. Now, before we do that, though, You, sir, have a piece of paper.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
That paper has what we collectively have stated what the series for this season was going to be.
What we thought it was going to be for the series at the beginning. We laid these out at the beginning of the season.
Yep, because we kind of did like a roundup, like where are they now type thing at the beginning, and then
Got it right here.
Perfect. So what we're going to do,
Right there.
perfect. I'm not going to show it because I don't want to show it just yet. What we're going to do is, as long as it takes Big Tank, I'm going to give my rating for the overall season.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, things may change. Okay. And I have to state that because, again, this was 7 weeks ago. 7 weeks ago, right? Just about 7 weeks ago, we made these predictions. So, Lady Death is giving the overall series a 5. Thinks it was better than season 1. Kept you on your toes, kept you from going to the bathroom, and it was very action-packed, including the final scene of episode 8. Just superb. Well, my dear, I am not going to complain about that response because I, too, feel that season 2 took season 1, crumpled it up into a ball, chewed on it, and spit it out.
And then set it on fire with gasoline?
Yes.
Okay.
I, too, am giving it a 5. Now,
Really?
Uh-huh. Now, I also want to mention someone who is not in the chat room, Western Echo. Now, Western Echo messaged me, I want to say May 6th. So he had already watched the final episode. And he says, random. I was 90% behind Daredevil Born Again when Disney Plus released season 1. I am now all in 100%.
Wow.
Not only was the second half of season 2 fantastic television, it opens up so many new possibilities for continuing the storyline and expanding the new Disney Marvel universe. And I went, that is not random at all. You are not wrong. Now, as you are very well aware, the fact that he said that tells you
For
something.
him to say that he is all in
Yep.
is
That tells
this
you
close to Jesus coming back to earth.
That's pretty close.
Okay.
Pretty close. So, what do you give the overall season?
Like I said, the season blew season 1 out of the water.
Absolutely.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was good, but I wasn't that impressed by it. Season 1, that is. This season of Daredevil went way beyond any expectations that I had for it.
Nice.
I love the storyline. I love the continuity between everything. Even in this episode where we're jumping from one thing to another and back to another and back to it, we were jumping all over the place.
Yep.
And they did that several times throughout the series. But the thing of it was, you never got lost.
No.
You never got lost when they were doing that. It was very well planned. It was very well laid out. Very few holes.
Yeah.
In the series, which is hard to do, especially with something as in depth as this went.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked when they killed Vanessa.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the only other shocking moment that would have beat that was when Daredevil revealed himself in this episode, which again, like I said, that was a hell of a sacrifice that he made because he knew what would result from it.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, it was kind of the Iron Man-esque. I wish they would have found a little bit different of a way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it worked. I agree with Tank. You know, it would have been better if they found a different way to do it.
Sure.
But it was still good. I mean, I loved it from beginning to end. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Mr. Mess says 5 out of 5. We'll watch again and again and again and again and again and again. And then the voice fades out as he goes along. Echo gave it a 5. You gave it a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Nakai gave it a 5. I can't give it a 5.
That's fine.
I can't give it a 5, and I'll tell you why.
Please.
It took them too long. It took them too long to show the rage of Kingpin.
You wanted to see it sooner.
I didn't want to necessarily see the rage of Kingpin, but I wanted to see his anger brought out by the ABTF.
Oh, you wanted to see like them turn on him?
No. He gives an order to the ABTF. He tells Powell, clear the streets.
Well, he did.
And clear the streets. Anybody that gives that tries to fight you back, put them down.
Sure.
That kind of thing. I wanted to see martial law, basically. Big Tank in the chat room earlier in the show tonight said that the AVTF was the modern day version of the Nazi SS.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to see.
Okay.
Okay. And that is the only thing in this series, in season 2, that disappointed me.
Really?
And that is why I cannot give it a 5.
That's fine.
I'm giving it a 4.75.
Oh, okay. Now,
Close. Just a little bit more chaos on the streets with the ABTF, and it would have put me at a 5.
now, you have a piece of paper in front of you.
Yes, sir, I do.
That piece of paper specifically has numbers on it.
Yes, it does.
The number that is there, I would like you to read our predictions of what we originally said back with the Roundup episode.
I'll do one you better. Why don't you read it?
So let's see. I said at least a 4.5. All right. Nakaya, 4.75. Move back a little bit. You're blurry. There you go. And you said a 4.75. So out of the three of us, obviously Nakaya and I went up 0.5.
Mm-hmm.
And you stayed the same.
Yeah.
Which is
very,
good.
very close. Very, very close.
Very close. Now, here's my question to you before we end the show.
Yes.
Was this better than Falcon and Winter Soldier?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Going to be really, really hard for anything to beat Falcon and Winter Soldier for me. It was close. It was real close. I think I gave Falcon and Winter Soldier like a 4.95.
Oh.
For an overall rating for
like
the
that.
series.
Yeah, I think you might be right on that.
Like a 4.9 or something like that.
Yeah.
I will say this. If I would have gotten the one thing that kept it from a 5, it would have been.
Really?
It would have been just as good. It wouldn't have beaten it, but it would have been just as good as Falcon and Winter Soldier.
All right. I got you. Well, that's good.
It would for me. It would tie with Mandalorian.
All right then, and that's a high mark right there.
Yeah.
Has a very high mark. Well, that, my friends, is the end of this week's Avenger Pretenders. Now, we will be back on Monday at 8 o'clock because yesterday, during the Sully Show, The Punisher One Last Kill was released. Mr. Mess says it's intense. So we'll be talking about that next Monday. Breaking it down, scene for scene, doing what we did tonight. 8
How
p.m.
long of a
Eastern.
episode is it?
48 minutes. It's only it's only about an hour long.
Okay.
This is supposed to take place at the same time as Daredevil season 2, as well as after, but before Spider-Man, that comes out in July. So make sure you tune in next Monday because JT and I will be going over it. He is the redneck. There he is. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And I am the geek, Sully. Today's episode is over. The season of Daredevil season 2 is over. We'll be back next Monday. Yes, for Punisher. One Last Kill. And as always, Thanos was right.